Anyone else catch the PlayStation fever? Just a few months away, and to no surprise, more and more information regarding the console is being released. Although we don't know the price just yet, there has been a decent amount of information confirmed by Sony regarding their next generation console. And with the showcase back in June and the games that have either been previewed, confirmed, or rumored since, we decided to count down some of the best games, graphics-wise, for the system. Today on Life's Biggest Questions, we're counting down the top 10 PS5 games with the best graphics. What's going down, guys? Welcome back to LBQ. I'm your host for this video, Jared Bronstein, and today we're counting down the 10 must-have games if you're planning on grabbing a PS5, and put emphasis on the visuals. It's no secret the PS5 is going to be capable of showing some of the best graphics known to gaming consoles, with the ability to run 8K and 4K at 120Hz refresh rate, including 8K assets as well as dynamic lighting. To no surprise, some of their exclusives made this list, but it seems we'll be covering everything from adventure games to third-person shooters, and even some competitive sports titles snagged spots on this list. Before we go any further, be sure to check out this playlist we made just for you. I promise you won't be disappointed. Make sure you also stick around to the end of this one to see if your comment got featured from another video, but for now, let's kick things off with number 10. At the top of our list, Gran Turismo 7. It's no secret this franchise has taken a real lead regarding race games in the console world, and to no surprise, GT7 is expected to blow the competition out of the water. With the ray tracing technology added to the PS5, it's quite evident that this game is going to be one of the sharpest looking games available to play on the PS5 directly out of the box. Although nothing has been confirmed, many believe that the console and the game will be dropping simultaneously, and to no surprise, many also expect that this game's performance on the console will be a true test for gamers to initially see how powerful Sony's next generation console really is. A prime example is the shine that the cars give off from the sun's reflection, and even the bumpiness in the pavement. These little details lead to an incredibly realistic experience, so for the price of maybe $600 when all is said and done between game and console, you could feel like you're the proud new owner of a '69 Stingray. On to number 9, NBA 2K21. Speaking of the sparkle to the shine, to no surprise, 2K franchise is expected to be the most realistic of them all, with a huge emphasis on the sweat dripping from the players' faces. Seriously, go watch the trailer. Many are under the impression this game is going to be one of the most realistic sports games to date. Of course, there is a huge improvement to player animations, and although the gameplay itself likely won't be much different from previous years, it's no secret that the updated rosters and graphics are what usually keep people coming back. In regards to the 2K series, year after year it appears to be the same game with minor adjustments, but graphics have always been an important factor for the team at Visual Concepts. I was also going to include Madden 21 on this list, but didn't because I kind of felt like it was a cop-out, so instead it'll get an honorable mention right here. Apparently the graphics for Madden 21 are also out of this world, so just a heads up. At number 8, Kenna Bridge of Spirits. Developed by Ember Labs, who have a background in movie animation, have worked with the likes of Coca-Cola and the MLB, and created the 2016 fan film Majora's Mask Terrible Fate, it's clear this game is going to have stunning graphics. Unlike the previous numbers, however, these graphics aren't going to necessarily appear to be as realistic as the others, but that's also not the point. A better comparison for these graphics would be any animated film you grew up watching. Think Toy Story, but the level of animation you see on the big screen is even better at home. Again, with the power behind the PS5, including its lighting and texture, the creators of this game were able to really get into detailed animation. Clearly focusing on pleasing the younger crowd, the official blog post about the game reads, I quote, "Players find and grow a team of charming spirit companions called the Rot, enhancing their abilities and creating new ways to manipulate the environment." Again, not necessarily made for the everyday 26-year-old, but if you're into animation, the game may be a good pick for you. There's a reason why they're saying it looks like a playable Pixar movie. The animation really is that good. Making its way onto number 7, Returnal. This PS5 exclusive is a third-person shooter, but what makes it insanely interesting is the premise that upon death, the alien world around you completely changes. There is no official release date, but one thing is for sure, considering how the world is always changing, literally, graphics will be of utmost importance. You're killing aliens, so I think it's also a given that the graphics are going to be insane. Nothing like detailing something with a fine-tooth comb, even though they have no idea what they actually look like. It's a PlayStation Worldwide Studios game being developed by House Marquee, who previously worked on Resogun and Next Machinima. The hype for this one is definitely real. Although they're more so known for their arcade style of gameplay, House Marquee showed the world they can master the more realistic looking graphics, and that was confirmed when this trailer dropped at the PS5 showcase. At number 6, Demon's Souls. Another console exclusive, this game is actually a remake of the PS3 original, however this version is being created by Bluepoint Games, who are behind Shadow of the Colossus. It's been dubbed a remake worth waiting a decade for, playing on the fact that the original dropped in 2009, and giving way to believe the remake will be a huge improvement. The original itself wasn't bad, although the combat play wasn't the easiest. People seem to enjoy the attempt, and this time around graphics are going to be a huge part of the game, as the developers are offering people 2 graphic mode types, one with a more stable frame rate and another with higher resolution. If you're fortunate enough that you can grab the top of the line console and run it on a top of the line TV, you're in for an experience like no other. And no, I don't mean you'll just have all the more reason to get angry after watching your character get killed in the best color, lighting, and graphics possible. Coming in at number 5, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. An absolute classic that I grew up with. Probably the most impressive thing about this game is the instant rift jumping. They did launch a game for the PS4, but as we know, it just wasn't it. But that's okay, because this sequel to the original is coming from Insomniac Games, who were responsible for titles such as Spyro and Resistance, as well as the original Ratchet & Clank game and Marvel's Spider-Man for PS4. Yet even though everyone is hyped about the instant load times, it seems we got another game which is being compared to playing a movie by Pixar. It seems sources believe the animation of this one really will be that good, and with trailers we've seen, I'd believe it. The attention to detail of all the worlds, as well as the game's main characters, really is unbelievable. Couple that with the PS5's new SSD, and you're in for quite a fun time. Making its way into 4, Horizon Forbidden West. As sequel to the wildly popular Horizon Zero Dawn, the trailer for this game at the showcase was definitely one of the best, if not the best in regards to a game's graphics. To no surprise, it built the hype, it got the people talking, and it's expected to be even better than the original, which is no easy feat. Considering how it's an open world adventure styled game, there is a lot of attention to detail that needed to be done, and to say that the creatives at Sony did that and more would be an understatement. The story itself I'm sure will also be a fan favorite, but as I previously mentioned, the trailer for this one really was incredible, and there's not much else I could say that will do it justice. Give it a look if you have the chance, and thank me later. In at number 3, Battlefield 6. Although the game is coming to both next-gen consoles and is expected to drop sometime in 2021, EA told GameSpot Battlefield 6 will be targeting new innovation that will be enabled by next-gen platforms. Clearly a nod to the faster loading times and the incredible graphics performance expected, it seems the game's developers seemingly just confirmed that graphics will be a large selling point of the game. The first-person shooter is a war game, and as we know, war games love the attention to detail. Another honorable mention that should be on the list is a potential new Call of Duty game, but the details of that game have yet to be released. However, even a game like Warzone would likely run incredibly smoothly on the next generation consoles. On to 2, Atomic Heart. Another warlike first-person shooter, Atomic Heart actually takes place in an alternate universe during the high noon of the Soviet Union, as they put it. As the special agents for the Soviets, you need to figure out what happened, where everyone is, and how or why your mission failed. The developers at Mudfish, who are in charge of the game, recently dropped a trailer showing the gameplay, and when I tell you every splat of blood is as realistic as ever, well, it really is. Although the release date for the game is still TBD, it will be available on the older and newer consoles as well as PC. Yet I feel given the power of the newer consoles, you'd be fooling yourself to buy a game like this one for one of the older ones. Now in at number 1, Spider-Man Miles Morales. Insomniac Games is behind this one as well, however it's definitely not a follow-up to their previous Marvel Spider-Man 4 title. Either way, the previous Spider-Man game from Insomniac was dubbed one of the best superhero games of all time, and was certainly a fan favorite. To no surprise, this game is expected to be even better than the previous, and it's going to be optimized for PS5, given that it's a console exclusive, so even more reason to believe it'll run as smooth as butter. The trailer was one of the biggest takeaways from Sony's showcase event of the new console, and with a cinematic look they were able to achieve, I wouldn't be surprised if it's one of the top selling games for the console, at least for the first little while. And there you guys have it for the top 10 PS5 games with the best graphics. Let me know if I missed out on any games and which one you are most excited to run on the new console when it comes out. Although I am an Xbox guy, I will say PlayStation is definitely winning when it comes to title exclusives, so this may be the year I make the switch to the dark side. We'll just have to wait and see. For now, let's reply to some comments from the video. What if Donald Trump put his face on Mount Rushmore? Saharo Des said, my first instinct is no way, but then I think of 2020 and it only makes sense that it'll be happening in September. You know what? I don't think it's gonna happen, but I am a little hesitant, I guess you could say, as to what may happen in September. I don't know. It just seems like month after month things are just going horrible. And also, why do we think that it's just like the year? Like, why do we think come 2021 everything's gonna go back to normal? How do we not know it's gonna be like a decade of shit? Aiden Cruz said, I felt like JFK should have been on Mount Rushmore. Which one though, John or Robert? Revenger Boy said, his ego surpasses what any video game villain has been based on grief and ego. I don't know, there's some, I guess you're right. No, yeah, I guess you're right. I could actually see Trump being like a video game villain, like one of the final bosses. Like, he has that aura to him, so. Anyways, guys, that's it for this one. I've been your host, Jared Bronstein. I was totally joking about the John F. Kennedy thing, because I know you guys are gonna get very, very mad about that, so I just want to make it very clear. I know you were talking about John F. Kennedy. Anyways, guys, that's it for this one. I've been your host, Jared Bronstein, and we'll see you in the next video.